Not me.
I wish this were a wireless mic so I could walk around.
Aww.
I'm like, I gotta stay here. That's okay. Because when you're voice acting, you have to stand kind of in a small little zone. You can get physical. You can move your arms around as long as you're not punching the mic. Because those mics cost more than you do. And the engineers will freak if you try to adjust it. Yeah. So anyway, I'm Kyle. I do voices. How you doing? I've been doing it for like 11 years. Started on Dragon Ball Z. And I've been doing Naruto and Bleach for the past 6 years. And other things in between. A lot of games. So Ryu, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, a lot of RPG stuff. But bit parts in Final Fantasy 13. Like, there he is! Oh, okay. And collect a check. And credits. Yeah. So a lot of games will actually, some people will say, okay, there's a lot of screaming in this, or a lot of death. It's going to be a little vocally stressful is the word they've come up with to mean you're shredding your vocal cords. This will be a little vocally stressful. And go, oh, okay, I was on Dragon Ball Z. I can take it. But no matter how much experience you get in this realm of video games and require a lot of, you're going to tear your voice up. Some can do it in 5 minutes. Some maybe you can last about half an hour. There's other people, like to work in the business, that they don't do anime, they do like cartoons and video games. D. Bradley Baker, Frank Welker, those guys, they make animal noises and creature sounds and do like all sorts of, and they can just do it for hours on end without anything happening to their voice. So what do we do to help prevent our voice going out? What? Well, tea, lots of tea with lots of honey. There's magical Chinese throat drops and cough syrup that looks and kind of tastes nasty, but kind of helps get you through a session. Mouth noise happens a lot. We're not hearing it now, but if this were a $1,000 mic in a recording studio, you would hear weird little anomalies that everyone has. Little smacking sounds. That gets onto a recording, and sometimes the engineer can isolate it and take it out. But other times it's like, okay, I can't take it out without totally corrupting the whole file. So what they do instead is ask the actor to, take a swig of water, room temperature water. It's better for you than cold water. I prefer to drink cold water than room temperature, but whatever. Green apples. Green apples also remove mouth clicky noises. You don't even have to eat the whole apple. Just take one bite. Chew it around. The acidity level in the green apple, not a red apple, has to be green. And some studios sit there. They'll provide it with like lots of bottled water and a bowl of green apples. Right there. Easy access. It's cool. So in video games, when we record, unlike anime, where we're watching video and doing lip sync and all that, in video games, there is no lip sync, almost next to none. Sometimes there is, for the cutscenes, if the graphics have been animated to that point that we can see it, and then we'll watch it, and then we'll do lip sync. But 90% of the time, when we're doing the English adaptation of a Japanese game, those cutscenes, all the graphics are not done yet. So all we have to do or use as reference is the audio. We take a Japanese line, we listen to that, and then we match, the intensity of it, how loud, soft, pitch up, pitch down, whatever. And then we'll hear it once, and then we'll do a set of 2 or 3. If the director's happy with those takes, then we move on to the next line. So all we see on screen or in front of us on a music stand is an Excel spreadsheet. Isn't that exciting? Like, wow, what does my character look like, you may wonder? 9 times out of 10, no clue. Well, he's a 40-something elf with big pointy ears, and it's like, okay. I would think I could come up with a better voice if I could see a visual. Like, what does this dude look like? I've done games where they've told me one thing, I did the voice as directed, and then the game comes out and the voice is totally inappropriate for the character. Like, I did this sort of voice for like a little small little character, and like, I thought he was, like, Sometimes even the writers and producers don't know. So who is there at the session? Who do I have to impress besides the director? Well, the writer or the producer of the video game. They're sitting next to the director. So the sessions can slow down a little bit. So on the screen or on our music stand in front of us in the booth, we got the script, right? And everything's divided, and we go in order, sequentially. Here's line 1, line 2, and you see like context. There's context going on. There'll be like one column that says a taunt, a character select, attack, damage, whatnot. So it gives us a little context of what's going on. And then the actual dialogue, and then any sort of producer's notes. It's like, change this, make sure to pronounce this way, and da-da-da-da-da. And so we'll rattle through it, do our sets of 2, sets of 3, and then the director will say, stand by. And I sit there and tweet for 5 minutes or whatever. And it's like, I'm working on a game. And then I'll never be hired again because I broke the non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, when they make us sign those, it sucks. Because I want to talk about everything I work on. And games take forever to come out. When I recorded on Street Fighter, man, it's like almost a year before it came out. And I could not say a word until it was out. Man, it sucks. But anyway, where was I? So yeah, you record. The director says, okay, stand by. And they look over at the producer or the writer, and the writer, okay, sounds good. Which take do you like? If we do 3 in a row, A, B, C, they'll just shout out like B. And then they'll log it in their book. So like take B of that line. Okay, next. And then I hear beep, 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 just as a jump start. That's the starting gun. And then I do my line. It's coming this way! It's coming this way! It's coming this way! 3 different takes. They could, and vary it. And then they'll sit there, confer. Right. Take A. All right, alt. They'll say alt for alternate. They'll come up with another line. Maybe another way to say it's coming this way. Look out, or something. So we'll record a set of 3 of those. And then they'll say, okay, use the alt. And they mark that in their logbook. So use the alt, the alternate line that we just came up with in the studio that day. That's the one will be used. Indeed. So, power-up yells, power-up yells, power-up yells. Who feels like doing some power-up yells today? Some Hadokens, some Shoryukens, some Kamehameha. I saw Kamina here. Come up here, Kamina, real quick here, and we're gonna get you on mic. The voice is going to sound like crap. That assures a long career, sir.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't do this, but that's okay. We're here to have fun. What's your name?
Taylor W. Fitzsimmons.
Taylor W. Fitzsimmons. All right. Nice to meet you, Taylor W. Fitzsimmons.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Excellent. I like your glasses, sir.
Thank you.
That's a manly man.
He got for me, the Simone guy right there.
Very nice.
I'm putting you on the spot, dude.
Toads my goats. Okay. All right. So without blowing us away by holding the mic close like I am, you'll hold the mic like here. You're going to scream as loud as you can. I want to hear Hadouken. Let's hear you do 3 in a row.
Hadouken. Okay. Hadouken. And then bury it up. Hadouken! Oh, that one sucked.
All right. All 3 of those are unusable. You know why? Because you're kind of talking in between them.
Oh.
You didn't give me a nice, clean take with a little slight pause in between, so the engineer can, isolate them and everything. So you don't want to get too chatty in the booth. It's like, ask a question if you're concerned. It's like, well, what does this say? How do you pronounce this? Hadouken? Hadouken? Capcom, tell me. It's Hadouken. Okay. You're signing my paycheck. I'll say whatever you want. Peanut butter! I can do that. All right, so as your director, it's like, okay, we got to scrap those 3 takes. Give me another 3 takes of a varying intensity. Up to you. You make your acting choice. Go for it. Hadouken.
Hadouken! Okay. Hadouken! And then oh, crap.
Can't use any of those. You're still too chatty. The line is Hadouken. Let's get the emphasis on the do. Hadouken! Let's try that. Hadouken,
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
That's much better. Much better. Thank you. Have a seat. Good job. All right, let's get another volunteer. Up here, we'll try a sure you can. Sure you can. You want to try sure you can?
Go,
right.
Sarah.
Grab the mic, introduce yourself.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. So today we're going to do a sure you can. Which to me always sounds like he's saying, can you do it? Sure you can. Hello, Ken. You're like, hello, how you do? It's like, all right, sure you can. Give me 3 in a row when you're ready.
Sure you can. Sure you can. Sure you can.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Now let's amp up the energy. Those are totally solid. Now this is heat of battle. You've been going around. It's a good 90-second round. And you're jumping around, like you're fighting Street Fighter. Boo, 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 boo. It's like winded. Everyone just give me some fight efforts. Sure you can. Nice and loud, full force. Wow, and she collapsed. Beep, beep.
Sure you can. Sure you can. Sure you can.
There we go. I'd use those. That's nice. I like it. Very nice. Thank you very much, Sarah. All right, now let's do a Kamehameha. We're going to do some old school DBZ. We're going to get a dude. Let's go to the back of the room. You're waving at me. Waver person. Yes, come on forward. Hi, Sarah. Who are you?
I'm Clinton Gherkin.
Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. All right. Dragon Ball Z. Let's give some Kamehameha. And hold the mic back up there. So 3 in a row.
Kamehameha! Kamehameha!
Okay, for the third one, quick. Kamehameha!
Kamehameha!
That's good. Okay. Now, a quick direction. Let's just go up like Kamehameha! Just like nice and powerful on the ha, and then like a slower build up on the, a quieter build up on like Kamehameha!
Kamehameha!
Yeah! Very nice. That's cool. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. I know it's nice and quick. It's like, I just got started. Why is it so fast? Oh. You can, I'm sure. It's like, I can do 17. It's like, if you're a smoker, you're not going to last too long. It's bad enough that, carcinogens are like slowly killing your lungs and you can't breathe as much. You got to have good breathing, good open diaphragm. When we record on games and anime, cartoons for that matter, actually, everyone stands up. Now, the only reason you'd be sitting down in the studio is if you were doing like an audiobook, where you're just reading long passages of dialogue for hours on end. A session could last 4 to 6 hours or whatever. We tend to do sessions in maybe 2-hour groupings, unless our characters talk a lot. Then we'll get like a 4-hour session. If it's longer than that, they'll break it up over a couple of days. It's like, come in today from 2 to 6, and we'll see you from 9 to 1 on Tuesday. It's like, okay, cool. But yeah, we get what's called a 2-hour minimum. So, Final Fantasy 13, I worked for maybe 5-10 minutes, got paid for 4 hours. That never happens enough. But when it does, you're like, okay, I love this job. I love it anyway. But anyway, 2-hour minimum. So, yeah, you're guaranteed to make at least, it depends on what the game pays. But for example, maybe your average game might pay $200 an hour, 2-hour minimum. So what are you walking out with? No, 2-hour minimum, and you're going to get a 2-hour session, $200 an hour. Let's do math. $400 for something that could take half an hour. It may take all 2 hours. Who cares? It's $400. It's sweet. You don't get it that day. You sign a timesheet, and maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe a month later, it shows up in the mail. There's a scale pay, it depends. There's 2 types of projects, union and non-union. There's a set rate for union. The union will give you a 4-hour rate, which comes to roughly $800. Now, they take taxes out. So it's like, $600-ish, $650. And then if you have an agent, your agent takes 10% of that. And then,